Hello, my name's Ali. I'm here to show you about how to do neckbands, so a couple of tips and tricks for those people who are new to it. I'm currently making myself a sunflower tank, and I have already cut out the neckband piece based on the pattern piece, and I have just placed it right sides together and just sewn along the short edge here. So now I have a nice circle. I'm sure if my daughter was here, she'd use it as some sort of headband or something. So now that you've done that, the first thing you want to do is you want to actually get it and fold it in half so that you are placing those wrong sides together. And then you can see that the seam is actually covered with the little tail ends hanging out. So we're going to pop a clip there to keep that marked, because that's going to be the back section of our neckband. Then we want to go on and fold it in half the whole way around. And I find the best way to do that is to actually fold it in half, make sure that your edges match up, and then just to go like this so you can find the other end of it. And I have now found the halfway point. Now, if you're lucky and the pattern designer spoils you, like Elizabeth can spoil us, there will actually be notches for the quarter points, which there is on this pattern. But I'm going to pretend that there isn't, so that you know exactly what it is that you need to do for those of you who don't have that luxury. So again, just making it sure it's folded in half, and then get your thing so your two clips are meeting in the middle, and wherever your fingers are the quarter points. So place clips or pins there just to tidy it off. And then, as you can see, that is my neckband done. So that's step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many you want to break that down into. So when you're doing your neckbands, one of the things that people often do is they make the mistake of thinking that the quarter points, so you'd mark off the front and back, so fold your piece in half, find the middle of the back and pop a clip there, or a pin, whichever you prefer to work with. And then do the same for the front piece. So I'm just going to fold it the other way. You'll find that a lot of people actually think that the quarter pieces, so I've marked the front and back, that the quarter points are the shoulder seams. Very, very rarely is that the case. The best thing to do is to get your front and back halfway point, so halfway along each neck, and then just do your finger out the same way as we did previously. And I don't know whether you can see that, but the seam is actually not where the halfway mark is. So if I grab hold of that and pop a pin in there, I can show you that those two do not match up. And the same will be the case for the other shoulder. That's why, this is why so many people have issues with their neckbands popping over, sort of like rolling, not sitting flat, because they don't have the points marked up properly. Another tip that I can give you is if you are struggling to do it in quarters, you can always then mark halfway between each of these points as well, both on your neckband and on your main piece. And then you're only having to stretch it a little bit, so it's divided into eighths. This is so hard talking in quarters and eighths and everything, because I grew up decimals, and so going to your system is mind blown. So once you've done that, we're then going to sew it on. So we're going to match up the back piece of our neckband with the back of our shirt. Take the time to make sure you're matching the back with the back, because the amount of times that both I have done it myself and have seen other people do it, where they've actually ended up with the center seam from the neckband just hanging down the front of the shirt right here, and then you end up with, oh, what can I do? And you've basically got two options. Option 1 is to unpick and do it again, and option 2 is to pop something over the top, like a bow or a button or something, to try and hide it. Or I guess you've got option 3, which is just leave it and try and call it a design element, see whether that works for you or not. So once you have marked your quarter points, you're then going to attach it to your shirt. Now, here's the thing, what you need to be careful of. You need to make sure that when you attach it to your shirt, that you're doing it in such a way that the seams when finished, will be on the inside of the shirt, because the last thing you want to do is have your seams on the outside. So you can see I have got my shirt right sides facing, so right way out as if I'm going to wear it, and I have placed my neckband on the outside. Can you see that? And I have marked it in 4 separate places. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to head over to our machine and we're going to actually have a go at sewing this on. Okay, so you need to wish me luck for this, because I have never attached a neckband one-handed before, and I don't know quite how else to do it whilst holding the phone. But what you need to do is you need to make sure that your neckband is lined up with your pattern piece, your main body of the pattern piece, and you're going to start off, and then you're looking at doing a 3/8 inch seam whilst keeping it fairly flat. You need to stretch the neckband slightly as you do this. You can see my neckband is a lot bigger than my pattern piece. So I'm stretching that and going along. You guys are going to be seasick by the time you finish watching this. But keep on doing that as you go. And then moving on to the next bit, I actually cheated, and well, not cheated, I made it easy for myself and did this into 8s. Oh, what is that? Just a random bit of thread, that's all good. It's never good when the person trying to teach you how to do something makes a noise like, is that? It's like, oh. Okay, remove that clip. You're also trying to keep this fairly straight as you go around in order to not have crazy bubbles or anything happening underneath, which is why I'm saying wish me luck, because, like I say, doing this one-handed is not the easiest thing to do. So I'm going to turn it off and finish the rest and come back to you. I did it! So I apologise for not doing the whole thing on video, but I had nobody to hold the camera for me. But as you can see, black is so hard to show. It sits nice and flat, and you also have the seams on the inside. So an option for your seams is to go around and top stitch those as well to make them nice and flat, but that's completely up to you whether you'd like to do that. You can do that with a zigzag, twin needle, or if you're lucky enough to have one, with your cover stitch. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that helped, and see you later.